It's not money, it's not a commodity, it has no intrinsic value, so it can't be a store of value if it doesn't have any underlying value to store.
Criticize their investors. If they get mad, they're gambling.
If you have as a gambling token, you don't have a currency. I can't buy a pizza with Bitcoin. I can't buy a car with Bitcoin. All I can do is put money into it and then watch it go up 20% and down 30%.
If it's not a great store of value, and I don't think it is, either one of those things, because in the very least, the volatility, well then what makes it valuable?
In almost 20,000 intrinsically worthless cryptocurrencies. So we've lost 2 trillion, 1 trillion left to go to zero out.
Right now, the stock market is taking a dump so big, even Taco Bell employees are shocked at the sheer size. As Bitcoin right now hangs on the edge of complete and utter dumpulation, the entire crypto market plunges below $1 trillion in market cap and risks falling below this massive level. But is there potentially some good news buried at the bottom of complete and utter dumpiness? Welcome back. I'm 3 dumps away from becoming homeless, and Bitcoin right now looks to be on the verge of something completely massive. And in fact, a stark warning that you absolutely need to listen to. Time-sensitive alerts. If you're interested in trading, make sure to sign up to get over $16,000 in deposit bonuses below. In addition, for a limited time, using the BitGET link below, starting today for the next 15 days, the first 100 signups, all you have to do is sign up, not even deposit, receive just $10 free just for simply signing up with the link below. And that as well is for you as traders. And without any further magoo, let's dump it. Boy, oh boy, it has been an extremely dumpy ride, and here we are once again, as Bitcoin right now has, over the past year, broken below key fettuccine levels over and over and over. Oh my gosh, look how straight that is. And over. Do you see how straight I was drawing those? Look at that. Oh my gosh, let's go. Down to the 786, where we currently basically sit, where we have bounced so far around 17,000. This is just huge. And in fact, one of the dumpiest signals on this weekly chart, as you can see, I'm sure you can see it right now, is right in front of our faces, perhaps even a little bit too close, where we have this 21-week moving average getting ready to absolutely get dunked below the 200-week moving average. This is huge. Now, guys, as we've said before, if you've been in crypto for a couple weeks, everyone knows this. Crypto has never basically existed in a bearish, very bearish stock market. And that looks to be like what we may be seeing. I mean, let's be honest. We've been in a recession pretty much, for at least the last probably the last year. Whether or not you want to call it that. We've been in massive dumpy for a long time now. But there is a stark warning that I think is important to note. And here, so Ray Dalio saying Fed rate hikes will see stocks tumble. And let's be honest, if that happens, it's probably not good for Bitcoin. So one thing I think is really important too is that everyone says that yes, the stock market has been in a bull market since Bitcoin was created. We have never seen how Bitcoin performs in a bearish stock market. And that's true. However, what I think is really important to also admit to yourself is that even though I personally think, like most people think, if the stock market enters a massive bear market, so will Bitcoin, right? It makes sense. But we don't know that. We can't say that because, as I just said, we have never had Bitcoin exist with a bearish stock market. So even though it makes sense that things will get extremely dumpy, and I personally believe that is the most likely scenario, obviously. I think that's what most people would say. We can't say that though, because we don't know. Okay, it's the simple fact that we have never seen how it performs. Will it perform differently? Probably not, but it could. Maybe it could. And that's the real big thing where, again, if everyone's expecting Bitcoin to get completely dumped on, again, I personally also agree that makes the most sense. What are the chances that it doesn't? AKA, will it start to perform like Bitcoin was meant to perform in this type of environment, right? Bitcoin was created as a way to opt out of the stock market, basically. And as I've been saying for a while now, Bitcoin has not been doing a good job of that. It simply has not. It has not acted as an inflation hedge. It has simply not done basically what it was created to do. So as I even tweeted this like a week or two ago. Yeah, I tweeted this September 6th, so 10 days ago. If Bitcoin stays correlated with the stock market forever, it will have failed. And that's like, yes, if it does, then what is the point, right? But after further day of losses in the U.S. on U.S. equities, Ray Dalio drew some fresh bearish conclusions here about the inflationary climate. Pretty much that Dalio predicted the combined damage to the stocks would cost them 30% of their current valuation, right? We've already gotten dumped on. He's talking about a 30% decrease even more. And the rise of interest rates will have two negative effects on asset prices. It will present value discount rates, and the decline in incomes produced by assets because of the weaker economy. Those are two negative effects because of this. And what he's saying here is that I estimate that a rise in rates from where they are to about 4.5% will produce about a 20% negative impact on equity prices based on the present value discount effect, and about a 10% negative impact from declining incomes. With that basically saying, according to this, that because crypto is highly correlated, taking aim at $10,000 per Bitcoin makes the most sense if all of this happens. And, at this very second, as I'm recording, Bitcoin it's going down a little bit. It's not down too much. It's probably going to be down more by the time this video gets uploaded. But the point is, no secret, if the stock market truly does get another 30% slash, will Bitcoin do well? No. In my opinion, no. Most people's opinion, no. Again, nobody knows for sure. Maybe it will. I don't think it will, but maybe it will. And as well, Fed is basically, a lot of people are pricing in at least a 75 basis point interest rate hike in next week's meeting. And that's what I think is the most important thing. I think the market's going to be dumpy at least until the next FOMC meeting, probably even beyond that. But I don't think there's going to be any real relief. The earliest, I think, will be after that FOMC meeting. So basically about a week from now, and it's even possible we could see a 100 basis point hike, apparently, right? That's another thing people are concerned about. But yeah, if we take a look at Bitcoin here, currently at a little above 19,000, completely below, again, all short-term bearish levels or short-term bullish levels, completely below that. And again, the stock market is getting dumped on. The stock market today down well over 8% as well, again. The stock market in total, like 20% from its all-time highs back at the very beginning of this year. 2022, as soon as 2022 started, the stock market started going down. It's been that way ever since. We did have a nice bounce from June to August, but as you can see, the dumpy downtrend has absolutely resumed. And that will, continue with Bitcoin if the stock market keeps dumping. One thing to note today, the DXY isn't doing particularly well. So that's interesting, but we're still seeing stocks and Bitcoin get dumped on. And as well, the entire cryptocurrency market cap is in danger of breaking below this 200-week moving average, which it has not done. We have this upward facing level, or downward slanting level of resistance, and it looks as though it's about to go down. It just looks to be what the case is here. So again, in the short term, I'm just being honest with this. I'm trying to see if there is a short-term bullish narrative, and in my opinion, right now there really isn't one. So the good thing about this is absolutely that you can accumulate at these levels and buy some of these assets you never thought you could at these prices. But it does require a lot of patience. But again, this is where all of the money is made. I'm sitting tight and absolutely taking advantage of these prices, because whether this takes another 2 months or another 2 years, I know where it's going. And you just have to kind of buckle down and get ready for it. And again, if you really look at the macroeconomic situation or the global situation, it looks like it could get very dumpy, okay? And this is something I even started mentioning last year when I was talking about Evergrande a lot. And everyone was saying, no, you're completely wrong. People were getting mad at me saying, Evergrande going bankrupt, there's no possible way. And then Bitcoin ended up going and setting a new all-time high. But again, it takes time for these things to play out. And Evergrande, in my opinion, was just kind of a precursor or a little bit of a warning sign to kind of like what was coming. It's obviously nothing happened, the week after the Evergrande news came out. It takes a lot of time to play out, months, in fact, years even. And I believe right now, until we get a bullish catalyst, I will be happy to report one that is bullish. But right now, it just looks mega dumpy. And if the stock market is truly going to decline another 30%, how will Bitcoin do? My bet is on it will be very hard for Bitcoin to do well if the stock market does that. alerts and turn these absolute time-sensitive alerts. If you're interested in trading this market, potentially shorting this market, as that is the preferred way. A lot of people like to make money during absolute disgusting downtrends. But again, no one knows which way this is going to go. Very, very up for grabs. Although, everyone was correct about the ETH dump. So, that was pretty good. For the first time in history, the majority was correct. ETH did dump. But again, a lot of that was because the CPI report was downright disgusting. If we would have gotten a better CPI, it would have been different in my opinion. But as well, for the first 100 signups starting now in this video, simply by signing up, taking literally 30 seconds to sign up, email and password, that's it. You get $10 free just for signing up. You don't even need to deposit anything. But there are over $8,000 up to deposit bonuses with BitGet if you do deposit. Without any further ado, let's free.